Hello, we are here to do your Venus read. So this is for Leo, the Zodiac sign. It's also for the retrograde Venus in Gemini and what's coming through. Now I'm going to do this both astrologically. There can be themes that are coming up. There's also the energy of the cards that I'm going to tune into to see certain subject matters of potentially what can be coming through. Now, I'm just trying to look at the chart to see the energy. Okay, third house, which does make sense. Okay, Juno will be going direct May 20, what date? May 26. Okay, so we're going to have Juno going direct, which is marriages, contracts, partnerships. So we've already got this assessment thing that has been playing out since October last year. So Juno in the feminine energy has been, which is quite unique because when we do look at it, which I do have to do a twin flame update, Juno very much is connecting in with feminine energy, our intuition, our feelings, our emotions, our hunch energy, but it's very feminine energy. And Jupiter and Mars energy, very masculine energy, but more so the Jupiter aspect of things. Now, Jupiter will be going retrograde May. We're also going to have Pluto going retrograde. Now, I'm recording these in April, and it is from the 13th of May. We're already in shadow in April, but it's the 13th of May moving all the way to the 25th of June. Now, the house that it's going to be linking in with is going to be your 11th house, which is, and to balance that, you do need to move into your Gemini energy, which is communication. So to balance that house, it's very important to, which, you know, Juno is retrograde in marriages, contracts, partnerships for you. Venus retrograde is in your 11th house. What you're going to find is with this very separately, because when we look at romance and Venus, it links to our finances, it links to our jobs, contracts, connections, emotions. It can be our children, it can be our love life, but the things we're linking in with and binding. Now, in the 11th house, it's friends, clubs, associates, aspirations. It is the humanitarian energy. So it's very similar to the Aquarian energy. Saturn's going to be in Aquarius as well. To balance that, it is the bigger group vision. Now, it can be that you, during the first part of it, especially with Mercury in Taurus on the 27th of April, you might be finding you're tapping into that and wanting a bit more flexibility. So money and things to that degree, you can be, you can either A, really go into the giving of that energy, or B, it can be where you physically are assessing those things. Also, you might be very reflective over the things that you did in the past. Now, you do have the energy at the moment. Where is Chiron? Chiron's in your 9th house, which is your belief systems are getting purged and processed, and you at a spiritual level are transforming. Definitely with this placement, you've got Neptune in Pisces in your 8th house, which is very Pluto, so there can be some things that come up around that time too. And they're side by side, so I'm going to put them that way. Okay, you guys are becoming very decisive. Now, we're going to have the Sun in Gemini on the 20th as well. So that as well will double whammy your zodiac sign. And so if you're thinking of someone, don't be surprised if they directly decide to call you, because your empath energy will be very intuitive. Now, yes, this is a time where we can have blasts from the past coming back and things to that degree. It's retrograde. And I am feeling, because it's making aspects to Neptune, there can be a lot of karmic energy and you can see the shades of grey in between. So although generally in a Venus retrograde we tend to get the frequency of the beauty and tapping into that, it can be very romanticized in the beginning part. The second part can be very, oh, what have I got myself into? The third part is yay or nay. Now, some people are very concerned about Venus retrograde. Is it a good time to connect with people? Many marriages actually occur during Venus retrograde. I'm just going to check that the chat is active. Participants. Because YouTube be not showing me. Restore chat. Don't even know if it's working. Who knows? We'll continue. Okay, so the cards you've got coming up, your crowning energy, you have. Okay, you've got the King of Wands in reverse. You've also got the Seven of Cups in reverse. What I'm getting from this, there seems to be an energy around you where there could be a person who is a little bit triggered by you. Now, you may, in a sense, think, little old me, why are you looking at me this way? Shadow energies potentially can be around at the moment. And even if you're minding your own business and you're moving on your own path, you could really wish that you had a very balanced life. But I'm feeling this is external energies. I don't feel this is you. I feel this is a projection being placed towards you. And meanwhile, you're in your lane and you're doing what you need to do during this cycle, because it is about 6 weeks. But I'm seeing an energy of you not seeing this coming. And, the way in which people are relating to you is due to jealousy. So it's not anything you've done on purpose. It is more, meanwhile, you're paying attention to your lane. There are energies coming and sideswiping because you're not seeing what they're seeing. This is positive and negative because, it can be that you don't realize the value you are. But you're just paying attention to what you need to do and proceeding forward. But they see the light. And a lot of times we can tend to get very, especially with anything aspecting a Neptune, it's very 4D. So it's in between the two realms. You can then tap into that, where when you're ascending, you'll particularly find jealous energy. And that's why in a lot of cultures we do say, may no evil eye, pair upon you. Or view you, and that jealousy is demise. It's even in the Bible and things to that degree. So, shadow energy, so to speak. It's where people can see your light and it can actually pull you down until you've actually managed that. I do feel there is a bit of jealous and envy here. There is also remorse and regret. So if this is connected to a person from the past, you do have a lot of luck coming around you. Even if you don't have a romantic partner right now, trust me, some people are triggered by you because they're looking at you and they know your worth now. This can be a person that, because 2 cards are falling out, again, 2 energies are coming up. And I do feel, I don't know why, it's a theme. So really, after Venus retrograde, come back and respond and tell me how this lands for all you guys. Because the theme I'm seeing psychically is that 2 energies are going to be playing out, and it can be 2 people. It can be either you're moving and you're in a connection already and an old energy comes back, either at a mental level or a physical 3D, but I'm feeling it's more physical 3D. Yeah, old energy. Now, something to do with the home is coming up. Now, let's look at 4th house placement. What will be coming up in your 4th house? Because we're seeing 4th house placement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scorpio, that makes sense. Okay, so full moon and Scorpio, there can be something coming up around them that can be a bit shaky. So at an intuitive level, you may be tapped into that. If you're tuning into a home and you're wondering what the diddly o to do, this thing can come up again. It is connected into a contract. So if you have a home, if you want to move home, what to do, obviously what's happening with the collective. This could even be somewhere where you had history in a location with a person that's like, do we stay, do we go? I'm also seeing with the 7 of Cups, it's regret due to what didn't come full 360. So there's 2 people here that are wanting a piece of the pie. Who's the second person, please? It's 2 paths, or it's 2 subject matters, or it's 2 direct people. But for many of you, I'm feeling it's 2 people. Someone that isn't as financially abundant, someone that was maybe focused on career a bit too much, or abundance, or had abundance come to them, and now they potentially could be in lack. Also, I feel these 2 energies are mirroring, and I want to find out what the way is forward, because it seems like a theme coming up here. I feel you're picking in the middle. Yes, three-party. So 2's company, 3's a crowd, but there's 3 energies. Now, spiritually speaking, when we get this, it can be interference, it can be manipulation. It can be left one, tried another situation, left another. This could be that they did that, and now they're all coming back full 360. This could even be 3 individuals, but I'm feeling for many it's 2. You're like, whoa, hold up. Okay, fair-based frequency. Even if you did have, this could be people that physically aren't coming back for some of you, but it's a healing in that. So like I say, it can be 3D, occurring in the 3D, or at a spiritual level, you're healing it. Whatever these 2 areas were that potentially didn't come full 360, did cause conflict, tried to change the recipe, forgot to put the baking powder in. You know, I say it's a bit like making a cake, it's hit and miss. There's a missing ingredient. Okay, I forgot to put the baking powder in. You're now pausing and being correct. You're like, okay, it's Venus retrograde. I don't want to make the same mistake. Now, I've got the Chariot here in the reverse, and I'm feeling as though for you guys, you're like, you want to assess it. It might have affected your family. You've definitely got home in reverse. You've got Chariot in reverse. You're pausing. You're not shifting. You're sitting in the energy. And I feel it's for a direct reason. Okay, let's get a clarifier. What is going on here? Some of you are being very cautious and assessing the home. So if you find you're moving things around and you've been thinking about moving and then you've changed your mind, remember this is marriages, contracts, partnerships. You've got to let that cycle move out. You could also be dealing with a Cancerian or a Pisces. But with this, 2 times has come up similar energy because Cancer is the house of home as well. With this, the clarifier is ending. Very Pluto. And I feel around, you know, the ending of this cycle, if it hasn't ended, some of you might be on the fence about what way to move your life. That is in the first pocket of Venus shadow into Venus retrograde. Moving into the middle, I do feel due to the fact we're going to have some aspects from the Uranian energy coming through, and we're having a nodal switch. It's, you know, going from Cancer and Capricorn into Gemini and Sagittarius. You could feel like, what just went down? And I feel this is mid-month. It's like shocks. Now I'm going to pull the clarifier with a different deck because this is something that wasn't built on a solid foundation. It could have already occurred and it's coming up. So it doesn't necessarily have to be that you're going to have a tower moment. But whatever it is I'm feeling, it's going to floor you. It's kind of like, wow, I didn't see that coming, or I didn't know that feeling was there. You are looking at this from a very mature perspective because this is to do, you got young woman in reverse. So it's you looking at the reality of things, reaching a closure point with it, coming to a resolve, talking about these things. What is the outcome of that tower? Thank you. And you've got, so you're looking at from a mature point of view, and hope is going to return. Now, this is to do with romance. So something is happening where it's shifting the energy around what's coming up, what's breaking down, what's taking you a left field is going to give you the right path moving forward. So this is where the energy is more mature. Towards the end pocket, whatever this reality is, you're going to understand, and this can be a lot of communication, you know, wants to link into communication. It's 9. Again, when you see 9, it's hermit mode energy, and I always use the analogy of the traffic lights. Red foundation. Well, your foundation fell down, right? And that could be in a revelation. It's like midway through Venus retrograde, we always have that. Epiphanies. Ugh. Okay, looking at it, control, leveling up. Okay, I'm seeing this from a different perspective. Knight of Wands, hermit mode energy. 9 means be spiritual. Your 9th house is actually, your spiritual energy is coming from, let me count. Okay. 9th house is Aries and Chiron. Now, the reason I was saying spiritual sense, needing to look at the wound, needing to look at, it's not you, right? It's an old energy from the past. And then if the past is coming back and then you're dealing with an old wound and there's been hurts, there's been betrayals, there's been distortion, and this is all coming very similar to Chiron, because Chiron is the wounded healer. When we look at the murky waters, the Neptunian aspects, it's the sediment, Scorpion moon, again, hidden, what's been hidden. You're looking at it and it can be, as soon as you realize what these things are, sometimes it's us, we're looking at it and we're going, why couldn't I get past that situation? You are going to find the key during this transit. And what's being shown to me is you actually will be more patient with yourself. You'll be like, okay, it's interesting. I didn't know this. I didn't know that. I sort of see an exchange of communication. With the Nine of Wands, I'm seeing you guys get to a place where you're sitting there and you're going, I'm going to pause. I need to process what's happened. I need to process this information. And I'm feeling as though you're not jumping the gun. You're looking at something from a different perspective. And I do feel around this time, I really do feel there's three roads here. And you're going to have a choice between three roads. Journey, three roads. I feel this is going to balance out by July. Now, Venus does go direct the 25th of June. We're going to have the solar eclipse in Cancer at 0 degrees. It is the critical degree. So it's a complete shift, and this makes sense with the Tower. Two energies here that you're trying to comprehend. Two direct old situations you're trying to comprehend and going to come up for offer. Review, offer, peace. Again, we've got 5 in the chat, although I can't see your chat. There you are. So it's this peaceful resolution. For some reason, I feel there are 3 energies here, and we do have the 3 of Swords. Now, this peaceful resolve is you're moving in a particular direction, Leo. And at left field, I feel the energy of, a blast from the past coming back, a subject matter, conversation, a resurrection of that vibration inside you. There's then another person who's doing that with you as well. And you're like, whoa, okay, I didn't think you saw me that way. It's a bit like having a connection with someone, it went by the wayside, and then they're coming back and they're declaring to you that they still have feelings. And you're looking at them going, I thought that was over. And it might have been something that you really hoped for. But then when there's added, it does make sense, because you had moved out of the energy of being in the 7 of Cups, right? You've been like, you missed it, you snooze, you lose. Now it's taking you back to the 7 of Cups. But it's like you're doing a full 360. So you're coming into this transit with the 7 of Cups in reverse. But I think through this process, you end up getting too many offers, and it's a person that had been hurt, not by you, by another energy. You had no connection. This is a new energy. It could even be a Cancerian, because we've got 2 cards here that are the Cancer and Pisces. There is a fire energy coming through. Don't worry about the signs. It doesn't matter. Hi, Eddie. But there is also, while you're moving forward through Venus retrograde, I'm sort of feeling there's 2 people from the past or 2 memories. And then no sooner are you going, well, God, I didn't see that coming. I do feel a new energy coming in. And it can be that you're already with this new energy. Now, bear in mind, when we have Venus retrograde, there's a lot of people that get scared. They're almost like looking at it like, I don't want to experience this because it's going to end negatively. No, not necessarily. The thing is, the reap what you sow card usually is if you have had a pretty crappy time, your karma returns where you get blessings. So it can be finances from the past coming back to you, because it is financial as well. Venus is very financially aspected. I'm feeling positive energy, but it's because you have no expectation. You're going with the flow, you're living with the energy, and I'm sort of feeling as though it's taking you off guard. Now, there's one of the energies here is a very jealous person. You can see my broken heart, yeah, 100 times. I mean, I got used to it now, so I come to terms with it. It glows in the dark now, so. One of them is a bit jealous and controlling, and I'm going to pull a chakra card on their energy. Nah, animal totem. What do we need to know with this individual? Oh, I feel a funny feeling about it. Now, with Neptune making aspects, you are going to be able to tell shady individuals. You're just going to be able to tell. Because it's delusional energy. So you will, if you've had dramas with particular people in the past and they've been a little bit shady, especially with the way it's aspecting, this is a time politically that we will see things that have been hidden from us. Yeah, this is an old person. They're very old school. They're very traditional. It's buffering. Yeah. YouTube has been having issues. Let's see. Got my chalk there. Can't do much about the buff energies. Now, this one person is a little bit controlling, old school, right? There's a bit of jealousy there. Now, they don't have to be the romantic partner who's jealous. They might have been jealous of the romantic partner, but there is a frequency of someone here that is a bit jealous, a little bit manipulative. Now, the other person is meek as a kitty. They could be a Leo too, I'm not sure, but just meek, just very shy, introverted, second guesses themselves as human beings. A bit dreamy. Could be like, you know, because Librans do dream. But it just feels dreamy. Yeah, never had faith in themselves, didn't it? So, you know, even if this serves as a peaceful point for you, whoever these two people were, look at the perspective of where they came from. It wasn't about you. This was the way they view things. So it's not a personal thing. This is their demeanor. And this potentially could be something that directly attracted you to their energy. Who's this new energy? Okay, they could be a fire energy, but they're very spiritual. It doesn't mean to say spiritual is perfect, you know. You tend to find that universe shows you all elements, all energies, you know, the good, the bad, the ugly. And it's interesting because you've got three energies here. What does Leo need to know? Oh, wow. Okay. You got talking stick in reverse, and I'm almost hearing it's not what we say, it's what we do. But it's almost like they're waiting to hear from you. But it's only because I do feel they're asking something of you. So if this is playing out in the 3D for you, I'm literally feeling like there could be a question or a statement made, and it's kind of like they're waiting for you to say something, but you're like a bit maybe not aware, but not saying anything nevertheless. You've got too much on your plate at the moment. You've got white buffalo. Try and get things off your chest. If you are needing to actually communicate, I'm hearing Bruno Mars or Omeran Icebox. Yeah, something hasn't cycled out. You have a connection with the person from the past. It could be tribe orientation, and this could be the reason why that's there. It's like the connection won't end because there could be children, there could be you could know friends, or especially with the house it's placed in. But remember, for 2.5 years, we're going to have the nodes in Gemini, so some of these themes are going to play out. So we want to know that we're moving in the correct path, especially with the communication factor. You'll find communication is going to be deeply important. So if there's something at an intuitive level that you're picking up on, tune into it and get to a point where you address those things. Technology, I tell you. Any questions? There's 3 energies here, but they need to be addressed, and this will be resolved. And it doesn't even, you know, we do look at the 3 of Swords as cheating card, but it doesn't have to be that they've cheated. They may have in the past, and there might have been issues there. But it's been more to do with their value systems and a belief than they're like that permanently. It's hurt people. But there is an opportunity to start with somebody new. And I'm seeing 3 roads. 3 roads, guys. Tell me how it relates. I'm sorry that YouTube is bouncing in and out. I'm doing the best I can. I will come back to you guys probably tomorrow. Thanks, Eddie. And if you do have any questions, because the live's buffering, put the questions underneath and I'll type the responses back to you if you've got any questions to do with you, to do with the sign, anything that's coming up. And I may come to you guys tonight. We'll see how we go. But that'll be America time tomorrow morning. And I probably can't log off now.